All right, so this was your question. I'm not gonna answer this particular question, but I'm gonna try some other examples. Okay, so let's review first. So for example, you have f of, let's say, 0. So this basically means what is the y when your x is 0. So let's go to f function, which is this one right here is your f. When x equals 0, your y. When x equals 0, your y is also equal to 0. How about when you want to do f of -2? So that means when your x is -2 right here, what is your y? So that's basically 1, right? Now how about g of -2? Okay, so let's look at that. So this is your g function right now. So if you go to your g when your g's x, or when x is -2, as you can see, this is your point, right? So your y in there is 3. So therefore, if you want to do f plus g of -2, that basically means f of -2 plus g of -2, which in this case, f of -2 is 1 plus g of -2 when your x is 2 is +3. So therefore, that's equal to 4. Okay, let's try another example. What about f plus g of, say, let's say 1? Okay, so this basically means f of 1 plus g of 1. So now f of 1, when your x is equal to 1, your f is -1 plus when your x is equal to 1, your g is +2. Okay, so therefore the whole answer for this is just 1. How about f minus g of 2? All right, so this time this is basically equal to f of 2 minus g of 2. So let's look for f of 2. F of 2 is -3. -3 minus g of 2 is 2. So therefore, your final answer is -5. So now this is basically how you do that. If you want to do f plus g of 3, then you just have to do it just like these examples. All right, let's try your next question. Okay. All right, I think your next two questions are similar. The last two anyway. All right. So the first one was an operation. This one right here is composition. So it says f of g of -4. So remember, your outside function is f, your inside function is g. So basically what I needed you to do is, this basically means f of g of -4. So let me use a different, I don't know how to use the different one. Okay, so so g of -4 means you go to your g function. I'm not gonna answer this actually, right? I should answer a different one. Okay, no. All right, I'm gonna try f of g of, let's say, I don't know if we will come up with another one, but let's try -1, or um, let's try 1. Okay. All right, so this basically means f, your outside function is f, your inside function is g, okay? All right, so now f of g, I mean g of 1, we need to find what is g of 1. So that will be f of whatever g of 1 is. So you go to your g, which is this, g of 1 is this, so that's -6, f of -6. So now all of these is just equal to -6. So now you have to look for f of -6. F, this is your F. You look for -6. Obviously, we cannot see, so this one will not work. Okay, let's try another one. But if you have a different answer, if your F covers -6, we could have answered that. How about F of G of, I don't know, let's say -6, I guess. Okay, let's try that. So your outside function is F, so we'll say F of g of -6. So what we're going to do is solve this one first. Okay, so now we will do f of, now let's look at f of -6. This is f of -6, that's equal to 1, right? So this whole thing right here, that's just equal to 1. So now we need to find f of 1. Well, f of 1, look at your f function. At f of 1, that's equal to 7. So that's your final answer. Okay. Let's try another one. Let's do the opposite of that. Let's see if we can find it. How about g of f of, I don't know, maybe -1. Let's see if we can find it. All right, so your outside function is g. So you will say g of f of -1. All right, so now we copy the g. Let's find f of -1. F of -1. This is your f, the blue one. Your f of -1 is right here. So that's equal to -9. So f of -1 is -9. So now we need to find g of -9. Well, g, this is your g, the red one. G of -9 is right here. So that's going to be equal to 4. Okay. All right, let's try another example until you, I hope I would have more cover as many examples you can other than -4. Okay. Let's do g of f of let's say -2. All right. Again, your outside function is g. Copy that. Then we write it f of -2. Okay. So now we need to find what is f of -2. So I'm going to copy g, f of -2. So f is the blue one. So this is -2. F of -2 right there. That's 10. All right. So now we need to find g of 10. Well, obviously g of 10, this is 10. We can't really see -10. So we can't really not see the answer to that. All right, let's try another one. Let's say f of 5. Okay, f of 5. So we will rewrite the outside function f of g of 5. All right, so f of g of 5. So this is g, the red one. F of 5 is right here. Okay, so that's your 5. So that's -10. So now we need to find f of -10. Well, obviously this graph is not extended long enough. If it was extended long enough, whatever that is, that would have been the f of 10. Let's try one more. F of g of let's say 0. Okay. So when we write this, your outside function is f, g of 0. All right. Now copy f. G of 0. G of 0 is -5. Oh, this is not gonna work either. All right, g f of -5. Then obviously -5, we can't really read -5 because it's right here. Okay. Last final example, but of course you can just stop watching this until if you already got it. Okay. Let's try last one. F of g of f of g of, I don't know, -2. Let's try -2. Okay. So when you write that, that'll be f of g of -2. So f of g of -2, this is g of -2, that's equal to -3. So now you go f of -3, it should have been here, okay? So whatever this number here, I guess we can guess for that. I think that would have been 11, okay? So because this would have been 11. All right. So, all right, hopefully this helps you. Let me see the other one. Okay. All right, let's look at this. We need g of f of 6. So g of f of 6. Then of course your outside function is g, and then f of 6. So just look for f of 6 and then substitute that in your g. I'm gonna give you a different example. G of f of 5. Okay. All right, g of f. So this is your g of 5. That's -8. That's not gonna work. Okay, let's do g of 2 instead. G of 2. So this will be g of f of 2. Okay, so G. So now f of 2, it's the blue one. This is f of 2. All right, f of 2 is equal to 4. So now you need to find g of 4. When your x equals 4, your g is equal to -7. Okay. Let's try g of f of 1. Okay, so those would be g of f of 1. So now copy g, f of 1, f of 1. This is 1. That's f. That's 5, right? So now we go to g of 5. So you go to 5, and g is right here. So that's equal to -8. All right, so if this helps you, that would be great. If not, then just message me again, okay?